त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सादनम्। ॐ महागणपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजीवती धीनामविद्यवतु। ॐ वाग्देव्यै नमः। शान्तिपाठ। ॐ शिवनामनिभावितेऽन्तरङ्गे महति ज्योतिषि मानी मयार्थे दुरितान्यपयान्ति दूरदूरे मुहुरायान्ति महान्ति मङ्गलानि। स्मृते सकलकल्याण भाजनं यत्र जायते पुरुषस्तमजं नित्यं यजा शरणं हरिम्। ॐ सन्नो मित्रः संवरुणः सन्नो भवद्वर्यमा सन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः सन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि। ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु। अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। यश्छन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोऽभ्योऽध्यवृताः सम्बभूव। समेन्द्रो मेधया आस्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासं। शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा। कर्णाभ्यां भूरि विश्रुवं ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया पिहितः। श्रुतं मे गोपाय। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अहं वृक्षस्य वेरिवा कीर्तिपृष्ठं गिरेरिव ऊर्ध्वपवित्रो वाजिनीवस्त्वमृतमस्मि। रविणं सवर्चसं सुमेधा अमृतोक्षितः। इति त्रिशङ्कोर्वेदानुवचनम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। आप्यायन्तु मम गानि वा प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि। सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्। अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणमेस्तु। तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम्। आविराविर्मयेधि वेदस्य महाणीस्थः श्रुतं मे मात्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहो रात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवतु अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं नो अभिवादयमनः ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्ट्वा यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तदुद्धदेवमबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः विश्वन्दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यं निजान्तर्गतम् पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्वोद्भूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयम् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्र्यचित्रीकृतम् मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजैव स्फुरणं सदात्मकमसत्कल्पार्थगं भासते साक्षात् तत्त्वमसीति प्रवचसा यो बोधयत्याश्रितान् यत्साक्षात्करणात् भवे न पुनरावृत्तिर्भवा भो निधौ तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नानाच्छिद्रघटोदरस्थितमः दीपप्रभाभास्वरम् ज्ञानं यस्य तु चक्षुरा विकरणद्वारा बहिस्पन्दते जानामीति तमेव भक्तमनुभाति तत्समस्तं जगत् तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये देहं प्राणमपीन्द्रियाणि विदुः पमास्त्वरविति भ्रान्ता भृशंवादिनः मायाशक्तिविलासकल्पितमः व्यामोहसंहारिणे तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहितः प्रज्ञानघनः प्रत्यगतो ब्रह्मैवाहमस्मि नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमठास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमठास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्या अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः शङ्कराशेषविलसत्मानदामृतनिर्भराम् विश्वोत्तंसितपादाब्जां ब्रह्मविद्यां विभावये नमः श्रुतिशिरः पद्मप्रण्डमातण्डमूर्तये बादरायणसंज्ञाय मुनये समवेश्मने वेदान्तनिकुरुम्बेण तात्पर्येण प्रकाशितः स्वात्मानन्दैकरस्येन कल्याणाय शिवोऽस्तु नः अधीहि भगवो ब्रह्म युष्मदस्मत्प्रत्ययगोचरयोः विषयविषयिणोः तमः प्रकाशवद्विरुद्धस्वभावयोः इतरेतरभावानुपपत्तौ सिद्धायाम् तद्धर्माणामपि सुतराम् इतरेतरभावानुपपत्तिः The sentence continues. Mimamsaka, the Mimamsa Shastram Brahmasutram Arabdhavyam, it is to be studied, understood, because it has Vishaya and Prayojana, a valid Vishaya which is useful. The usefulness, the Prayojana is Moksha and Vishaya is Jiveshvara Aikya, Atma Brahma Aikya. In order to establish this, the first sutra is composed Athato Brahma Jidnyasa. Even though the sutra does not explicitly describe Vishaya Prayojana and the other two Anubandha, yet very clearly they are implied by the words Atha and Ataha. It is implied. This has to be brought out, this has to be shown. Sutra being brief, it has to be explained, it has to be understood. Therefore, the Bhāshyakara points out here through the Adhyāsa Bhāshya that the Brahma Sutra and in particular the first sutra has Vishaya and Prayojana. Talk about Vishaya and Prayojana. That is Anubandha Chatushtaya is there. That is to show that Adhyāsa Bhāshya is brought in. Why Adhyāsa Bhāshya? Because Brahma Mimamsa, Brahma Jidnyasa means Vicharaha. Vicharaha, by Vichara of what? The Vastu, Brahmatma. Is it an independent vichara? No. The Shastra Rupena, Shastrena vichara, Upadeshena. Upadesha is there, then Shravana, that is Shravana and Manana, all this vichara is there. By vichara, what does one get? Jnanam. By jnana, what is the phalam of this jnanam? Ajnana nivrittihi. And what does it connect with my purushartha? I am interested in samsara nivrittihi, whereas Shastra gives Brahma Aikya Jnanam, Jiveshwara Aikya Jnanam. How does it connect with that? I am interested in freedom from dukkha, freedom from smallness, samsara. That's what I am interested in. I am not interested whether Jiva and Ishvara are one and are different. Let them be one or let them be different. What is it different? How is it different? What difference does it make to me? I am interested in dukkha nivritti. But Shastra talks about Jiveshwara Aikyam. Jiveshwara Aikyam is moksha, and that is dukkha nivritti. Therefore, what my purushartha is, that exactly is pointed out by the Shastra, revealed by the Shastra. Now, alright, that's good. So, Jiveshwara Aikya is my moksha, alright. But how do I get moksha? Jnanena. Jnanena I get moksha. That means what? My samsara goes away by jnana. And what goes away by jnana alone cannot be satya. Like the Rajya Sarpa, Suptika, Rajata. The imagined, the foisted rope, the foisted snake upon the rope cannot be a real snake, cannot be satya, sarpa. Jnana badhitatvat, jnana badhyatvat, sarpaha na satyaha. The rope is real vastu, whereas the sarpa is just merely a projection, imagined error it is, erroneous cognition. Therefore, jnana removes ajnana. Here, my samsara has to go. Samsara has to go by jnana means samsara cannot be satya. But then, can we say that samsara is not satya? Does it mean that there is no samsara at all? I experience intimately samsara. Dukkha is very intimate, right? So hunger, thirst, etc. are all intimate. My fears are very huge. They loom large in my mind. I have fear of so many things. I have confusion. These are all sufferings are there. Are they not there then? If they are not there totally, then how do I experience them? Therefore, they appear but not real. They are experienced but not real. And the experiencer is there, but that is not the paramarthika swarupa. Therefore, pratitau api vastavikatvam is not there. Even though it is seen, it is not paramarthika. This is what we call mithya, kalpita, anirvachaniya. Therefore, see, the samsara nivrittihi by jnana means samsara is not paramarthika, anirvachaniya. That means it is on something. Something is adhyastha, something is projected. So therefore, samsara means adhyasa, there is adhyasa. Adhyasa means there is aviveka, there is absence of the distinction, the knowledge of distinction between what is really there and what is projected on that. That aviveka is there, viveka is not there. Aviveka is there because of ignorance, avidya. So, avidya goes by jnana, vidya, and vidya comes by vichara, shravana followed by vichara, shravana coupled with vichara. So, and then shravana comes from shastra, upadesha. Therefore, shastra is connected to my purushartha through the adhyasa, siddhi of samsara. There are so many. Shastra is the vichara of Shastra is there. Through the vichara, jnana is there. Jnanena ajnana nivrittihi. Ajnana nivritti dvara. Through ajnana nivritti, there is aviveka nivrittihi. Thereby adhyasa nivrittihi. Thereby dukkhitva, samsaritva nivrittihi. There is the chain of connections. Therefore, there is a one key element in this chain is the Adhyāsa Siddhi. That there is an Adhyāsa, it has to be accepted and understood. Only when it is accepted, there will be a prayatna, a concerted effort to remove this Adhyāsa. Bhāshyakara says at the end of this introductory Bhāshya, Adhyāsa Bhāshya, this is the Anartha Hetu, he says, points out. This Adhyāsa is Anartha Hetu, Samsara Hetu, Dukkha Hetu. As it were, this is the key reason, key cause, key karanam, this is the mukhya karanam for samsara. Asya anartha hetoho prahanaya sarve vedantaha arabhyante iti beautifully Bhāshyakara concludes at the end of this Bhāshya. Therefore, it is very important to understand that there is Adhyāsa, that I do Adhyāsa, and that is not Paramarthika, that is not Satya, I need to know. Therefore, Adhyāsa Siddhi is done here. That there is Adhyāsa, that is established here, in this Adhyāsa Bhāshya. Before establishing something, there needs to be an inquiry into that. Is there an Adhyāsa? If it is there, what is its nature? Description, what is its description? How does it manifest? What does it do? It is all that. The Hetu, the Swarupa, and the Phala of Adhyāsa needs to be understood. The Hetu, the reason, the Karana for Adhyāsa. What produces Adhyāsa? The Hetu needs to be understood. Then the Swarupa, the true nature, the description of Adhyāsa needs to be understood. What it is like, how does it manifest, how does it operate, in what ways, this needs to be understood, the Swarupa. And then the effect of Adhyāsa, what does it do? What effect it has on me, the phalam, that also needs to be understood. So Hetu, Swarupa, Phala of Adhyāsa needs to be understood. And then, what is in the Swarupa, in the understanding of Swarupa, what is the definition of, what is the characteristic of Adhyāsa, what is the definition of Adhyāsa needs to be understood. All these are all dealt here in this Adhyāsa Bhāshya. So in order to establish that there is Adhyāsa, first of all there is a vichara, whether there is Adhyāsa, that inquiry is there. Okay? Now the questioner says, the objector, the Purva-paksha says, there is no Adhyāsa. To start with, the person says that, Purva-paksha says that, Purva-pakshi says there is no Adhyāsa whatsoever. And the Purva-pakshi has to substantiate, has to justify why there is no Adhyāsa, because it is not possible. It is not there because it is not at all possible. What is possible can be there. What is impossible, what is not possible cannot be there. Therefore, the Purva-pakshi says that Adhyāsa is not there because it is impossible. That is, he says here. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho vishaya vishayinoho tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhavayoho itaretara bhava anupapattau siddhayam tad dharmanam api sutaram itaretara bhava anupapattihi. And then the sentence continues, ityataha asmat pratyaya gochare iti, the sentence continues, and the sentence concludes as nithya iti adhyasaha nithya iti bhavitum yuktam. The sentence concludes. Up to this is the Purva-paksha. Here the Purva-pakshi concludes that this Adhyāsa, your so-called Adhyāsa, what you say as Adhyāsa, Kalpana, projection, etc., that Adhyāsa, Aropa, is Mithya. The word Mithya has two meanings, two relevant meanings. One is false, not true, that is one meaning. And the second is non-existent, totally non-existent. These two meanings are relevant here. One meaning is false. Anupapanna. Anupapanna or anirvachaniya, that is the meaning, false. Not paramartika, not satya, that is one meaning. Second meaning is not at all there. It is abhava, apaknava vachanaha. It is negating the very existence of this, very existence of mithya, this adhyasa. There is no adhyasa at all whatsoever. It's not saying that, the Purvapakshi is not saying that adhyasa cannot be real. That's not the Purvapakshi is here. There is no adhyasa at all. It's not at all possible. That's what he says. For that this is justifies by the earlier part of the sentence. Now he says, very intelligent, very beautifully put, this question is put here, the contention is put. In the words of the Purvapaksha, Bhashyakara says this. But Bhashyakara puts in lot of this vichara, lot of logic in this. Actually he puts in the Siddhanta also in this. The Siddhanta position also is pointed out. That in Atma, Anatma Adhyasa cannot be logical, cannot be real, that is built in this word, in these words of the Purvapakshi. Now the Purvapakshi says, Anupapattihi, Itara Bhava Anupapattihi. Anupapattihi, untenability, impossibility, illogicality. Upapattihi means logical, reasonable. Anupapattihi means there is no logicality, it is illogical, totally unreasonable. What is unreasonable? Itara bhava is illogical, unreasonable, impossible. Bhava, the nature. Itara bhava, one becoming the other, one appearing as the other, one being the same as the other. Aikyam va tadatmya va na sambhavati. Aikyam means they are one. Their being one is not possible. Or one becoming the other is not possible. One appearing as the other is not possible. Which two? Itara. Which two? That he will explain. Itara bhava anupattihi. Alright. Before that, what is itara bhava anupattihi? Tasya, one becoming the other, one remaining the same as the other. Which two? Tad dharmanam api. Tad dharmanam api sutaram itara bhava anupapattihi. The dharmas, the qualities, the properties of one cannot be the other. Sutaram, very clearly, exceedingly, totally, to the maximum utmost impossibility. Sutaram anupapattihi. There are two things which are mentioned here. Two things. One is Atma, the other is Anatma. Atma Dharma cannot be imposed upon Anatma. Anatma Dharma cannot be imposed upon Atma. This is what is the meaning of this. Tad Dharmanam Atma Anatmanoho. Tad Dharma, Tat means Tayoho. The Dharma of these two. Which two? Atma and Anatma. Atma Anatmanoho Dharmanam Adhyasaha Dharmanam Itara bhava anupapattihi. The Dharma of Atma cannot be imposed upon the imposed upon Anatma. And conversely, the Dharma of Anatma, Dharma means the properties, attributes, they cannot be transferred, they cannot become that of Atma. Like even the Gata and Pata. Gata Dharma, the characteristics of a Gata, a pot, cannot become that of Pata, a cloth. Right? Gata holds water, a cloth normally does not hold water. Gata is made up of clay, pata is not made up of clay. So Gata Dharma, the descriptions of the pot, the characteristics of the pot cannot become that of those of the pata, the cloth. And conversely, pata dharma cannot Gata Dharma. So like that, Atma, Anatma, these two dharmas cannot become one another, cannot be mixed up with one another. Why so? Why it is utterly impossible? Sutaram Anuvapattihi. Why it is utterly impossible? We have the example of Japa Kusuma, right? Japa Kusuma is there, red flower, in conjunction, close to a colorless, transparent crystal. Now the color of the flower as it appears in the crystal because of the closeness of the flower. The flower is close, okay, and therefore the redness of the flower is seen in the crystal. The crystal is not red. Redness does not belong to the crystal. Spatika belongs to flower only, but the redness appears in the crystal. So the dharma of the flower, the redness of the flower appears in not flower. The crystal is not a flower, so it appears in a non-flower. The dharma of the flower gets transferred onto the crystal. Why do you say then tad dharmana itara bhava anupapattihi sutaram iti? Utterly impossible. When the dharma of one can be transferred onto the another. Thread, yarn becomes cloth, clay becomes pot, right? The clay dharmas are transferred to pot. Yarn dharma is transferred to the cloth also. Right? Why do you say that dharma is not possible? One dharma being transferred to another is not possible. Utterly impossible. Why do you say? Because in the case of Japa Kusuma, there is no virodha between these two. One can the gata, clay can become the pot, the yarn can become the cloth, and the redness of the flower can appear in the crystal because there is no virodha between these two. In the examples, clay pot, yarn and cloth, golden ornament, and this redness, the flower and the crystal, in this, between these two objects there is no virodha, there is no impossibility of their coming together. One appearing the other, one being the other, there is no virodha. But here, the dharmas cannot be transferred mutually because there is virodha in the dharmi. Dharma, a quality, belongs to the dharmi, the substratum, the locus. Like even the cloth is red. Redness is the color, the quality, belongs to cloth, a vastu, an object. So the object has some guna, some dharma. Now, here dharma resides in dharmi. The dharma cannot have an independent existence. Redness has to exist somewhere, in some object. You don't see redness, the color alone. You see in some object. So dharma always resides in some dharmi. Now, to have this dharma transference, the dharma exchange, there must be the dharmis. Now, it must be possible for the dharmis to come together. Then dharma transfer is possible. Right? Only when the dharmis, those who possess the dharma, the qualities, when they come together, if it is possible that they can come together, then dharma transference can take place. But here, what are the two dharmis here in our context? Atma and Anatma. These two can never come together. This is said in the earlier part of the sentence. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho Vishaya Vishayinoho Tamah Prakashavat Viruddha Svabhavayoho Itara Itara Bhava Anupapattau Siddhayam. Seventh case. Siddhayam Sati Saptani. Siddhayam Satyam. When this is very clearly established, Siddha, what is clearly established? What can be easily understood? What clearly understood? What is it that? Itara itara bhava anupapattihi. One being the same as the other, one becoming the another, one getting identified with the another. This is the itara itara bhava. One becoming the other, one getting identified with the another, one remaining the same as the other. That is not possible. Why it is not possible? I gave you examples. Clay becomes the pot. Clay is a dharmi. Pot is a dharmi. Right? They have their own attributes. Clay has this something, powderness, etc. Clay has its own attributes. Pot has its own attributes, holding water, etc. It has. They are two dharmis. And then crystal and the flower are two dharmis. Right? Why do you say that one cannot become the other? Because itara bhava anupapatti is siddha because viruddha svabhavayoho. This is the reason. Why itara bhava is not possible. One being the same as the other, I keep on repeating. That is the aikya. One remaining, they are being one and the same, that is not possible. Or one assuming the nature of the other, that is not possible. One becoming the other, that is not possible. Right? Why? Because they are viruddha svabhava. The viruddha svabhava is the reason why one cannot be the other. Itara itara bhava anupapatti. The reason for that is viruddha svabhava. Viruddha svabhavayoho. Viruddha like what? Tamah prakashavat. Like darkness and light. They too, darkness does not become light. Light does not become darkness. Light does not merge with darkness. Darkness cannot combine with light. And the light is not the same as darkness. Darkness is not the same as light. Where one is, the other cannot be at all. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Where there is darkness, there is no light. One cannot be the other. One cannot become the other. Tamah prakashavat. Yatha tamaha prakashaha cha viruddha svabhavau. They are viruddha svabhava. Right? Tadvat, what is our consideration is Atma, Anatma. These two cannot be one another. When these two cannot be one another, their dharmas also cannot be transferred mutually. Right? When for dharma transfer, the characteristic, quality transfer, attribute transfer to take place, there must be contact, association. That is, these two must be able to come together. Right? Suppose you and me shake hands, we want to shake our hands, we want to exchange greetings, shaking hands, we have to come closer. Then only the contact should happen. Here it is physical contact, but there it is some form of samsarga should happen, some association should happen. Only then dharma exchange is possible. Like in the Japakusuma example, Spatika example, the flower has to come near the flower has to be near the crystal. If the flower is very far off, a mile away, then the redness you won't see in the crystal. They have to, the closeness, proximity should be there. Closeness should be there. Only then the transfer is possible, can be seen. So, they need to come together. Proximity, association should be there. Contact should be there. But here, the contact, association is not possible. Why not possible? Viruddha svabhava daya. So viruddha svabhavayoho, therefore itara bhava anupapattihi siddha, therefore tad dharmanamapi itara bhava anupapattihi. Right? Dharmi cannot come together, therefore dharma cannot be exchanged, transferred. Alright. Here I will mention this little later. There is this dharmi adhyasa, then there is dharma adhyasa possible. Adhyasa is an error, false projection, born of its own samagri, its own causes, like avidya, sadrisya, we will be seeing that later. Avidya, sadrisya, etc. is the samskara is there. Few other factors are there. So the adhyasa, the erroneous perception, erroneous cognition, superimposition, aropa, is looked in various ways, various aspects, various ways. One is this dharmi and dharma adhyasa. Dharmi adhyasa and dharma adhyasa. When one object becoming the another, one object being mistaken for the another is dharmi adhyasa. A clear example is our Shuktika Rajata, wherein the Shuktika, the piece of shell, is taken for a coin, silver coin. Right? Here, coin is an object, dharmi, and the Shuktika, the shell, is an object. Here there is the dharmi adhyasa is there. The shell is mistaken for a silver coin object, a silver object. Okay. So this is the dharmi adhyasa. The other example is the rope snake. We have any number of examples, the two familiar ones. Rope is mistaken to be a snake. Snake is an entity. Dharmi it is. So there is this dharmi adhyasa. Snake on the rope, silver on the shell. There is this dharmi adhyasa. One object is aropita on the other. We need to look into what is the nature of this shell, what is the nature of this silver. We need to look into. We need to understand that. Now when the person sees a silver there on a shell, without knowing that it's a shell, there this dharmi adhyasa has taken place. One object mistaken for another. Sthanuhuva purushahava iti. The person concludes that this is purushaha iti. Some stump of tree is there. This person mistakes it for a choraha iti. Traveling on some forest alone, has some money, has some gold and that is there. And then now it is twilight is there, getting dark now, and then the fellow has to reach safety, the nearest village has to reach. The fellow is traveling alone through the forest. In the dull light, there is somebody standing there with the upheld hands and with the like a katari, like this, with a dagger, etc., with the sword, etc. The fellow is standing. The fellow is terrified. This fellow chora is there, robber is there. Robber will even may kill me. So this fellow starts running away, running after, or hiding, etc. Watches for it, hides behind a tree and then keeps watching it. It's not moving at all. Then picks up some courage and then makes some fire and then comes and finds that it is a stump of a dead tree only. So this, what was a tree trunk was mistaken for a robber. Sthanu Purusha. There the Sthanu is the Vastu, the object there, that the Dharmi, that has its own characteristics. But then the Dharmi was mistaken to be a robber. There is the Dharmi Adhyasa is there. And when Dharmi Adhyasa takes place, only then Dharma-Adhyāsa can take place. When the tree trunk is mistaken for a robber, then this fellow starts imagining things. Oh, this looks like a cruel robber. I can even see the mustache. Okay, very, very terrific, terrible looking, terrifying mustache. And then this sword that he holds must be some 3 feet long, very sharp. It must be some Damascus. Okay, so this fellow starts imagining things. I was hearing about this Balluka something. What is it? Bukkundaha, some robber I heard. This must be Bukkundaha, the robber. They're all transferring the dharmas on the stump of the tree. The dharmas of the robber, they are transferred. It is possible only when there is Dharma-Adhyāsa, then Dharma-Adhyāsa can take place. Here, sir, in Atma and Anatma, Dharma-Adhyāsa, mistaking one for the another, cannot take place. Tamah prakashavat viruddha svabhava they are. Therefore, itara bhava upapatti is not there. Therefore, tad dharmanamapi itara bhava anupapattihi. That is stated. How they are viruddha svabhava? Atma and Atma is viruddha svabhava. Tamah prakashavat. That is explained in the previous part of the sentence. Yushmat asmat pratyaya gocharayoho. A descriptive. This describes why it is not possible for these to come together. One mistaken for the another. It is not possible because of this. One is Yushmat pratyaya gochara. The other is Asmat pratyaya gochara. A very meaningful compound word. We will be analyzing this compound now. What is Atma? Atma is the Sakshi, always the Drik Swarupa, being Chaitanya Swarupa, being the truth of all, being the one who illuminates every being. Atma never becomes object. It's always the truth of the Drik, Sakshi, Grahakaha, which illumines all. What illuminates Atma? Atma reveals everything. I reveal everything. But what reveals me? I am self-revealing. Saprakashaha. Later on we are going to see the word Chidatmake, Vishayini, Chidatmake, Chaitanya Swarupe, we are going to see. Atma is Chaitanya Swarupa. Therefore, it never becomes an object, something which gets known. It never becomes drishya. Right? Whereas, Yushmat Pratyaya refers to object. What is known as this, other than the knower. Other than the knower, what is known as this? This is the Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara. So by the expression Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara, Anatma is referred to. Vishaya is referred to. What is perceived, what is known, the object is referred to by the expression Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara. And on the contrary, the self, the revealer, one who knows everything, one who illuminates everything, that Atma Swarupa is explained by Asmat Pratyaya Gochara. Alright. So, Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara is object, Drishyam, Idam, Anatma. This is Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara. Asmat Pratyaya Gochara is Grahakaha, the perceiver, the Saprakasha Chaitanya, which is always Drik Swarupa, Atma. This is Asmat Pratyaya Gochara. These two cannot become one another because they are Viruddha Swabhava. How they are Viruddha Swabhava? The very compound explains Yushmadasmat Pratyaya Gocharayoho and Vishaya Vishayinoho. These two expressions explain the Viruddha Swarupa, Viruddha Swabhava. So again, this is the Hetu Garbhita. Why they are Viruddha Swabhava? Right? Because Yushmadasmat Pratyaya Gocharav they are, because they are Vishaya Vishayino, therefore Viruddha Swabhava. Right? So the Hetu Garbhita Visheshana explanation. The Vishaya is object, like Gata, Pata, etc. These are all Vishayas, which are perceived, known through the Vyapara of Indriyas coupled with Manaha, Antahkaranam. Gata is seen through the eyes, backed by the mind, right? And then sound is heard through the Shrotrendriya, backed by the mind. The Bhāshya Vastus, external objects, are known through the sense organs, with the mind. They are all Bhāshya Vastus. They are all revealed by Indriyas. They are all Indriya Pratyaksha. That is not all. There are things which are happening in my mind. Vritti, Pravaha goes on. They are not revealed by any Bhāshya Indriya. They are not Bhāshya. They are not revealed by Indriya. Right? Eyes and ears do not reveal my thoughts, my feelings. I don't see my thoughts, etc. My mood, my feeling, all that I don't see through my sense organs. Yet they are evident to me. I know that. Like even I know that I see the Gata form, I see the table form, I see the flower. So this is a rose. Yeah. I see the flower, correct? I see the Gata. These are all Bhāshya Vastu. Like I see this, they are evident to me. I illuminate their presence, their Spurana, the Jnana I have. Like this, like I know, they are evident to me. I am the knower of this Gata, Pushpa. Like that, the vrittis, the Antakarana vrittis are also evident to me. Now I am peaceful. Is it evident to me? Now I am not very peaceful. That's also evident to me. Now I am pleased, known to me. I am not very much pleased. I am displeased, known to me. I am angry, known to me. I am quiet. I am contented. I am happy. I am unhappy. These are all known. My fear, evident to me. My clarity, evident to me. My ajnana, evident to me. I don't know this, known to me. I know this certain thing, other thing, I know this, that's also known to me. So these are all evident to me, these are all pratyaksha. But in this pratyaksha, indriya is not there. Then how, in what way is it pratyaksha? This is sakshi pratyaksha. So there are the two pratyakshas, indriya pratyaksha and sakshi pratyaksha. Indriya pratyaksha is that which is known through the vyapara, the activity of indriyas. That is indriya pratyaksha. Gata jnanam, pata jnanam, shabda jnanam, these are all indriya pratyaksha. The sakshi pratyaksha is not known through the vyapara of indriyas, but evident to oneself. Alright. Even though indriya pratyaksha also, what is indriya pratyaksha also becomes sakshi pratyaksha only further, right? That I know the gata is evident to me, right? That I see the pot, table is evident to me. Indriya pratyaksha also is sakshi pratyaksha, but the sakshi pratyakshatva for gata, pata, etc., this is through the indriya vyapara. Therefore, they are called indriya pratyaksha. Whereas the antakarana vritti is in the cognition, in the evidence of the antakarana vritti, there is no indriya vyapara. Directly it is evident to the sakshi, me. Therefore they are called sakshi pratyaksha. Right? I repeat, even though Indriya Pratyaksha also is Sakshi Pratyaksha only, but there is the Vyavadhana, there is the instrumentality of Indriya there. Without that Indriya Vyapara, Gata perception will not take place. Therefore they are called Indriya Pratyaksha. That is the Asadharana, the Samagri there, Indriya Vyapara. So, be it Bhāshyavastu, Gatapata, these are all external objects, they are known to me. They are all Vishaya objects. Alright. And the Sakshi Pratyaksha, the Antakarana Vrittis, they are also evident. They are inasmuch as they are also evident to me, the Sakshi, they are also Vishayas only. What goes on in the mind, that is Sakshi Pratyaksha, therefore Drishyam, right? Being Drishyam, being known to me, evident to me, they are also Vishaya only. Bhāshyam va, Antaram va, Sarvam Drishyam is Vishaya only. Alright. Now, who am I? I am the Vishayi. To whom the Vishayas are evident, who reveals the Vishayas, right? Who lights up the Vishayas is the Vishayi, Sakshi, Drashta, Atma. The Drashta can never become the Drishya. One cannot become the another. Drashta can never become the Drishya. Sakshi can never become Sakshyam. Drit can never become Drishya. Drishya can never become Drit. This is well known. This is the reason. Vishaya, Vishayi. One is Vishaya, the other is Vishayi. Anatma is Vishaya, and then Atma is Vishayi. Therefore, they cannot be, there is no way of they are becoming one another. They are Atyanta Viruddha Swabhava. One cannot be the other, one cannot become the other. Okay? How do you say that? The Drishya, Drik never becomes a Drishya. How do you say that? When Devadatta says, I know, I see something. Devadatta sees the hill. Okay. Devadatta says, I see the hill. Here Devadatta is Drik, the seer. Now, when we look at Devadatta, Devadatta becomes Drishya. Correct? So we are watching Devadatta, watching the hill, seeing the hill. Now at the same moment, very same moment, even as Devadatta is Drik of the hill, seer of the hill, we are watching him. So Devadatta becomes Drishya. How do you say that? Drik cannot be the Drishya, Drishya cannot be Drik. How do you say that? Right? Looks like a very powerful question. Right? You say Drik cannot be Drishya. No. I see Devadatta. Devadatta is a Drik, is a knower, seer. I see him. How do you say that Drik cannot be Drishya? Devadatta is Drishya for whom? For Devadatta? For us. Right? Devadatta is a Drishya for us. Devadatta is a Drik with reference to himself, is Drik only. Devadatta never becomes a Drishya for oneself. Right? So here the Driks are different. When we see Devadatta, we are the Drik, we are the seer, we are the Grahaka. Right? We are the Drashta. Whereas when Devadatta looks at some object, Devadatta is the Drik. That one and the same thing cannot be Drik and Drishya with reference to same thing at the same time. Therefore, Devadatta, the seer, can never become the seeing. Alright, you say Devadatta is seen by us, therefore Devadatta is not the Drishya, etc. That's all okay. Drishya for himself is okay. But when Devadatta looks at his own body, his own self, okay, looks at his hand, this is the Rekha is there, this Rekha is the Ayur, this is the longevity Rekha, this is the Vidya Rekha, this is the heart Rekha, this is the head Rekha, etc. And then there is the Dhana Prapti is there, Rekha is there, it's all there. Devadatta looks at himself. Who is the onlooker? Devadatta. What does the Devata look at? Himself. Devata is Drik and Drishya both. Here again, sir, Shariram is Drishyam. Devata looks at his Sharira, that is Drishyam. Yatha Gataha Drishyam, Drishyaha, Tata Shariram api Drishyam Bhavati. Therefore, Shariram is seen, that is not the Drik. Therefore, Drik can never be the Drishya. It is established, it is well known. Drik is Vishayi, Drishya is Vishaya, can never become one another. And therefore, when one can never become the another, there is no way of mistaking one for the another. When you know Gata, you don't mistake as yourself. When you see yourself, you don't mistake yourself as the Gata. Gata does not become you, you do not become the Gata. Therefore, there is no Sutram-Adhyāsa possible. And therefore, Dharma transference also is not possible. Right? Vishaya Vishayinoho. And the Vishaya Vishayitva is explained for this Yushmadasmat Pratyaya Gocharayoho. That explains the Vishaya Vishayitvam. Vishaya is Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara. Vishayi is Asmat Pratyaya Gochara. So this is an involved compound. Yushmadasmat Pratyaya Gocharau. Yushmatcha Asmatcha. The word Yushmat, this is the Sanskrit expression. The second to refer to second person. I, first person. You, second person. He, she, it, they are the third person. Yushmat is the word to refer to the entire second person. You singular, you plural, you two, and yours, by you, with you, of you, from you, in you, whatever that is referred to the second person, that is kind. This Yushmat Shabda is there. Alright. This Yushmat is Bahuvachana. Alright. We say, when we read Sanskrit, Yushmat Shabda, right? Tvam, Yuvam, Yuyam, etc. We study Yushmat Shabda. Fine. Asmat refers to the first person, I, we, etc. That is the Asmat iti Shabda. Here, Yushmatcha, Asmatcha, Yushmad Asmadi. You and I is the you and I. Okay. Yushmad Asmadi. Yushmatcha, Asmatcha. This word conveys more. We will be seeing that little further. We will see. And then Yushmat iti Pratyayaha. Yushmat Pratyayaha. Pratyayaha, the cognition, the knowledge. What is known as Yushmat is Yushmat Pratyayaha. And what is known as I iti Asmat Pratyayaha. And these two are the Gochara, the sphere, the scope of what is referred to by Yushmat. What object? That is the Gochara. Yushmat Gochara and Asmat Gochara, or Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara, Asmat Pratyaya Gochara. Two are there. Alright. What is called as you? What is known as I? And what is known as? What is known as you and what is evident as I? And what we refer to by you? What is our transaction, Vyavahara? What is our Vyavahara when we refer to you? And what is our Vyavahara when we refer to I? This is the Gochara, the sphere, the scope, the range of the reference. That is the Gochara. Yogyata, fitness, appropriateness. Gochara refers to Yogyata. What is fit to be referred to as you? What is proper to be referred to as I? That is the Gochara. Alright. What is Yushmat Pratyaya Gochara? Vishaya. What is Asmat Pratyaya Gochara? Vishayi. How they are different? Even though Vishaya Vishayi is said, elaborate further. How they are Atyanta Viruddha Swabhava? Because that's explained by the Yushmat Asmat Pratya Gochara Shabda. There are three Virodhas here. Threefold Virodhas between Vishaya and Vishayi. Here Virodha does not mean one cannot exist in the presence of other. That is not the Virodha here. It is not like fire and water. No? Fire is put out by the water. That is not the Virodha here. The Tamah Prakasha example is only pointed to say that one cannot be the other. That is all that is said. Okay. Here in Tamah Prakasha, darkness cannot exist in the presence of light. That is not the Vivakshita Amsa here. That is not Vivakshita Amsa. In the presence of light, darkness cannot exist whatsoever, as runs away. There is this story, okay? Small somewhere it occurs. Why is there day and night? Day and night are there. No? Why are there? How are there? Some story is there. Narada Maharshi once goes to Surya Devata. Okay, that's some story, okay, Akhyaika. And then tells Surya Devata that there is one beautiful lady is there. Very beautiful looking lady is there. Devakanya is there. Exceedingly beautiful. These apsaras are nothing when compared to the beauty of this lady. This is called a night, okay? Tamaha, Rajani, see, the girl called night. It's very beautiful. You must go and see her. You must marry her, okay? Son, okay? Then where is she? You go and find out. On the earth, you go, you will find out. Then sun moves to see the earth, the night, okay? And then sun is now that sun is trying to meet her, and then keeps on moving. When will I meet this night? The lady called night. That's why you have day and night. Story. Some story. Okay. Sun has not seen the darkness yet. Okay. That lady, he has not seen that lady yet. Therefore, he is keeping on trying. That's why we have day and night keeps on coming, recurring. That's one story. So when light is there, darkness cannot exist. This is the Purapakshi's point is made here. They cannot coexist. That is one point here. But here, in the Siddhanta Paksha, this Tamah Prakashavat, this is there only to point out that the one cannot be the other, that's all. One demolishes the other, one destroys the other, that is not the point here in the Siddhanti Paksha. Okay. So, Viruddha Swabhava is pointed out by being Vishaya Vishayi, and that is amplified, elaborated by Yushmat Asmat Pratyaya Gocharayoho by that expression. Threefold Virodhas are indicated in this expression by the very word Sabdataha. Sabdataha Virodhaha is there. The very word referring to, words are different. We don't say I, we say I, yes, but we don't say you. Okay? Pointing out the finger here, we don't refer to us by saying you are Devadatta. We don't do. I am doing, I am Devadatta. We don't point the finger at the second person and say I, we don't use. The Shabda Prayoga, the employment, the usage of the word, very distinct words we use, one cannot be confused with the other. I is only other than me, you is only other than me, I refers to only me only, not to anything else. So the very word, the very use of the word shows that there is Virodha. Even though Gataha, Karakaha, right? Two words are there, Gata and Karaka words are there. Pataha, Vastram, two words are there. Even though the words are different, but they are synonymous only. Gataha and Karakaha. Words are different, but synonymous only. Pataha and Vastram, meaning is the same. But even though the words are different, the meaning is the same. But you never is the meaning of I is never the meaning of you. Therefore, the Viruddha Shabda Prayoga is there. Shabdataha. This Shabda indicates the Swarupa, the very nature. The subject is referred to as I. The object is, somebody in front is referred to as you. So the Swarupa Virodha is indicated by the very use of words Yushmat and Asmat. So Shabdataha Virodha. Shabdataha Virodha. Virodha means the difference. One cannot be used as the other in terms of the word. One thing. That implies Swarupa Virodha. Why can't the Shabda can be used? You Shabda can be, why can't it be used for me? Why can't I Shabda I can refer to you? Because Swarupataha Virodha is there. So, the very word, different words imply Swarupa Virodha. So, Swarupataha Virodha is there in terms of their nature. Yushmat is object, Asmat is subject. Swarupataha Virodha is there. The object can never become the subject, subject can never become the object. That is one Virodha. Then the other one, Pratyayaha, Yushmad Asmat, Pratyaya. The Pratyaya, that is the second Virodha. Pratititaha Virodha. What is understood? What is understood by the word you and I? That understanding, our cognition is different. Pratyaya is different. Pratititaha Virodha, second Virodha. I will talk about this a little more. Then Gochara, the field of application, the sphere of application, reference, that is Gochara, that is also Virodha. So the threefold Virodha is there between the Vishaya and Vishayi. Therefore they are Atyanta Viruddha Subhava like Tamah Prakasha. Therefore one cannot become the another, one cannot be mistaken for the another, and therefore their dharmas are also cannot be mistaken for one another. This is the contention. And the later part of the sentence, the Purvapakshi explains it. Ityataha, he explains it. Alright, we'll take a break now. We'll continue. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.